Get ready for an explosive week in Genoa City, where the carefully constructed walls around some of the town's biggest secrets are starting to crumble. The week of September 29th through October 3rd promises to be a turning point, driven by a bombshell confession that will send shockwaves through multiple families. As Victor Newman's global chess game enters a dangerous new phase, relationships are pushed to the breaking point, and the quest for truth becomes a matter of life and death. Buckle up, because the drama is about to reach a fever pitch. Monday, September 29th, a house divided. The week kicks off with the Newman family in a state of open warfare. The fallout from Victor's shocking decision to name Adam as the sole CEO of Newman Enterprises continues to reverberate. Victoria is not just angry, she is deeply wounded and feels a profound sense of betrayal from the father she has loyally served for years. She confronts Victor, not as a corporate titan, but as a daughter questioning his love and respect. Victor, ever the strategist, will try to justify his move as necessary for the company's future, but Victoria is in no mood for his cryptic explanations. She sees it for what it is, a brutal power play that has left her out in the cold. Meanwhile, Nick is grappling with his own complicated feelings. While he may not crave the CEO title himself, he is deeply concerned about Victoria's well-being and the instability his father has unleashed. He finds himself caught between his sister's rage and his father's inscrutable motives. Nick's primary focus, however, remains on Sally. He watches with a heavy heart as she throws herself into her new role alongside Adam, worried that she is heading for another devastating heartbreak. He attempts to reach out to her, urging caution, but Sally is determined to prove her professional mettle and may see Nick's concern as an attempt to undermine her autonomy. Across town, the Abbott mansion is also filled with tension. Kyle, now fully entrenched at Jabot, is working closely with Jack and Diane to solidify their strategy against the newly configured Newman Enterprises. However, a cloud hangs over him in the form of his fractured marriage to Summer. Diane, ever the hopeful mother, encourages Kyle to fight for his family, but Kyle is resigned to the fact that Summer may never forgive him for his alliance with Victor. This personal turmoil fuels his professional drive, making him a more aggressive and unpredictable force in the corporate battle ahead. Tuesday, September 30th. Unlikely alliances and desperate measures. Strong. As Victoria licks her wounds, she decides that if her father wants a war is what he will get. She begins to plot her next move, and in a stunning twist, she reaches out to an unlikely potential ally, Cole. With Cole back in town and harboring his own knowledge of the Jordan situation, Victoria sees an opportunity. She knows that Claire's connection to Jordan is a vulnerability for Victor, and she's willing to exploit it. Their meeting is fraught with history and hesitation, but a shared desire to uncover the truth and challenge Victor's authority creates a fragile, fascinating new alliance. At the same time, Billy Abbott senses Victoria's vulnerability. Old feelings resurface as he sees the woman he once loved being torn apart by her family. He meets with Victoria, offering not a business proposition, but a shoulder to lean on and a voice of reason. Their conversation is intense and intimate, reminding viewers of their powerful chemistry. Billy warns Victoria that diving deeper into the Jordan mystery could have dangerous consequences, but a vengeful Victoria may be past the point of listening to caution. Elsewhere, Adam's triumph is already proving to be a lonely one. Sitting in the CEO chair, he feels the weight of his father's expectations and the palpable hostility from the rest of the Newman family. He confides in Sally, who is now his most trusted confidante. He expresses his fear that this is just another one of Victor's cruel tests, a setup for an even more spectacular fall. Sally, committed to her role, encourages him to seize the opportunity and prove everyone wrong. Their professional closeness begins to blur personal lines, leaving both to wonder what the future holds. Wednesday, October 1st. The walls start to close in. The investigation into Jordan's disappearance intensifies, and the net begins to tighten. Chance, under pressure to produce results, starts re-interviewing everyone involved. His questioning becomes more pointed, and he focuses on the inconsistencies in the stories he's been told. He pays a visit to the Newman Ranch, putting Victor and Nikki on the spot. Victor remains cool and collected, but Nikki's nerves are fraying. The pressure of the secret, combined with her ongoing sobriety battle, is taking a significant toll. She has a tense exchange with Victoria, who can sense her mother's anxiety and becomes even more convinced that her parents are hiding something monumental. The most dramatic moments of the day, however, involve Claire. Haunted by her actions and feeling isolated, she seeks out Cole. In an emotional scene, she pleads with him for guidance, questioning everything she thought she knew about her past. Cole, torn between protecting Victoria's interests and feeling a strange sense of responsibility for Claire, finds himself in an impossible position. He urges Claire to trust the process, but it's clear she is nearing a breaking point. Simultaneously, Ashley Abbott's internal struggle with her dissociative identity disorder reaches a critical juncture. Belle, her more assertive alter, makes a forceful appearance during a key meeting at Jabot, shocking Jack and Kyle with her aggressive and uncharacteristic behavior. This public manifestation forces Jack to realize that his sister's condition is far more serious than he feared, and he resolves to get her help before she causes irreparable damage to herself or the company. Thursday, October 2nd. The point of no return. This is the day that changes everything. The various threads of tension, corporate, familial, and criminal, snap under the pressure. Victor, realizing that Chance's investigation is getting too close for comfort, decides to take matters into his own hands. He summons Michael Baldwin for a clandestine meeting, tasking him with a new, urgent legal mission to protect the family. What that mission entails remains a mystery, but Michael's expression suggests it's highly unethical, even by Genoa City standards. The main event, however, unfolds at the Genoa City Police Department. After a sleepless night and a heart-to-heart with Cole, Claire makes a decision. She walks into Chance's office, accompanied by her lawyer, and ready to talk. In a riveting, tear-filled confession, Claire admits to her role in Jordan's escape from the hospital. She details how she provided the distraction and the means for Jordan to flee, driven by a warped sense of familial loyalty and fear. However, she stops short of revealing who helped Jordan after the escape, or where she might be now, protecting Victor and Nikki's part in the cover-up, for now. This confession is a tactical move, but it sends shockwaves throughout the city. Chance now has a confirmed accomplice, and Claire's arrest puts immense pressure on her to name names. Victor and Nikki watch the news in horror, knowing their safety net has just evaporated. Victoria and Cole see it as a sign that the truth is finally emerging. For Claire, it's both a liberation and a prison sentence. Friday, October 3rd, the aftermath. The dust settles from Claire's confession, but the landscape of Genoa City is forever altered. Claire is processed and held, her future uncertain. Victor and Nikki are in a state of panic, frantically debating their next move. Nikki argues for coming clean, fearing that the cover-up will now destroy them. But Victor is adamant about maintaining control. He believes he can still manipulate the situation from behind the scenes, but for the first time, Nikki openly doubts his omnipotence. Victoria and Cole meet to dissect the news. Victoria is triumphant, believing this is the first step toward exposing her father's lies. She wants to go public with everything she suspects, but Cole, thinking more clearly, urges patience. he warns that Victor is most dangerous when cornered. Their alliance deepens, fueled by a shared mission that is becoming increasingly personal. Finally, Adam and Sally are in the office when the news breaks. Adam is visibly shaken. While he has no love lost for Claire, he recognizes that this scandal is a ticking time bomb for Newman Enterprises. He worries that the company's stability, which he just gained control of, is about to be obliterated by his family's secrets. In a moment of vulnerability, he turns to Sally, and the emotional support she offers leads to a charged, passionate kiss. A moment that could redefine their relationship and create a whole new set of complications in the week to come. This week on The Young and the Restless, loyalties are betrayed, truths are weaponized, and one confession proves that in Genoa City, the past is never truly buried. Don't miss a minute of the breathtaking drama.